Hey, welcome to the Heartfelt Guide. Today we're talking about something that I know a lot of you have probably wondered at some point. How do you make a woman think about you after that first conversation? And no, we're not talking about playing mind games or being someone you're not. We're talking about making a real impression, one that's deep, lasting, and, let's be honest, impossible to forget. How do you capture her attention and leave her thinking about you long after you've walked away? Well, buckle up, because we're about to explore some actionable, effective, and totally real ways to make that first conversation memorable. And yes, it involves more than just trying to look good or making sure your pickup lines are on point. Spoiler, don't rely on cheesy lines. Alright, let's get into it. First things first, be genuinely present. I get it, you're nervous. Maybe your heart's racing a bit and you're already thinking, what do I say next? What if I mess up? But listen, the moment you're mentally distracted or looking around the room, you're already losing the game. Your focus should be on her, not on your surroundings. A woman can tell when you're not fully there with her, and it shows a lack of respect for her time and attention. She wants to feel valued and heard. Think about it, how do you feel when someone's talking to you but you can tell they'd rather be somewhere else? Not great, right? It feels dismissive and unimportant. When you start talking to her, focus on her, not just on trying to impress her. Make her feel like she's the only person in the room. Don't treat this interaction like an audition where you have to prove your worthiness. This isn't a job interview, it's a chance to connect. Instead, approach it as a chance to connect with another human being. Think of it as a mutual exchange of thoughts and feelings. Be interested in what she has to say. What are her passions? What topics make her eyes light up with excitement? What makes her light up? What are her dreams? What are the things she cares deeply about? A lot of guys, especially when they're nervous, will end up just showing off or talking about themselves the whole time. They think they need to sell themselves. This is a huge turnoff. No one likes a one-sided conversation where they feel like they're just an audience. I'm not saying don't be confident, but your goal here isn't to perform, it's to connect. Confidence is great, but it should come from a place of genuine interest and engagement. So if you want to make a woman think about you, give her your full attention. Make her feel like she's the most important person in that moment. Listen to her words, really listen. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. When she talks, show interest. Ask follow-up questions. Share a story of your own that relates to what she's saying. This shows that you're not only listening but also engaging with her on a deeper level. Laughter is a great way to build a connection. Share a lighthearted moment or a funny story. It breaks the ice and makes the conversation more enjoyable. Remember, the goal is to create a meaningful connection. It's not about impressing her with your achievements or trying to be someone you're not. Be yourself, be genuine, and most importantly, be present. When you do this, you'll find that the conversation flows more naturally, and you'll both enjoy the interaction much more. And who knows, this genuine connection might just be the start of something wonderful. So next time you're in a conversation, remember to be present and engage her mind, not just her eyes. I know, confidence is a huge factor here, but it's the real confidence that counts. Real confidence isn't about putting on a show or pretending to be someone you're not, it's about being comfortable with who you are and letting that shine through. If you're the kind of guy who fakes being someone you're not, well, that's gonna come across. People can sense when you're not being genuine, and it can be a major turnoff. Women are experts at reading people. You can't fake charisma, so don't try. Instead, focus on what makes you unique and interesting. Embrace your quirks and let your true personality shine. Instead, focus on being comfortable in your own skin. When you're relaxed and at ease, it shows. People are naturally drawn to those who are confident in a genuine way. A calm, collected man who doesn't feel the need to prove anything is way more attractive than someone who's overcompensating. It's about being secure in who you are and not needing external validation. You don't need to throw out big statements or try to impress with your job title or car. Material things don't define you. What matters is your character and how you treat others. Just be yourself. Relax. Enjoy the moment and the company you're in. Authenticity is about being present and genuine in every interaction. Think about it. Would you rather be with someone who's constantly trying to impress you or someone who's comfortable enough to be themselves around you? Authenticity is magnetic. It creates a deeper connection and a more meaningful relationship. When you're genuine, you give people permission to be themselves around you, and that creates a safe and comfortable space for connection. It's about building trust and showing that you're someone who values honesty and integrity. Talk to her like you're talking to a friend, with no pressure. Friendships are built on mutual respect and understanding, and the same goes for romantic relationships. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to make this one conversation perfect. Perfection is an illusion. What matters is the effort and sincerity you put into the interaction. Just relax and enjoy the conversation. Let things flow naturally. When you're not trying too hard, the conversation will feel more organic and enjoyable for both of you. And you know what's even better than just saying the right thing? It's about the connection you create through your words and actions. The way you say it. Tone matters. Your tone of voice can convey confidence, warmth, and sincerity. It's not just about the words you choose, but how you deliver them. Just speak confidently, slowly, and let her hear the depth in your words. Take your time to express yourself clearly and thoughtfully. This shows that you're genuinely interested in the conversation and in her. Listening is just as important as speaking. Show that you're engaged and interested in what she has to say. This creates a balanced and meaningful dialogue. Don't be afraid to share a laugh or a lighthearted moment. Humor can be a great way to break the ice and build a connection. It shows that you're approachable and fun to be around. Remember, it's not about impressing her with grand gestures or flashy words. It's about being real, being present, and enjoying the time you spend together. That's what truly makes a lasting impression. Okay, this is a game changer. We're not talking about being rude or sarcastic, but a little playful teasing can go a long way in making her think about you. But here's the thing, you've got to do it lightly. Think of it like a little flirtation, an inside joke that only the two of you share for the moment. If she says something funny or quirky, playfully comment on it. Something like, "Oh wow, so you're telling me you don't always get the last slice of pizza? I find that hard to believe." The key here is to keep it light and fun. You're not trying to roast her or put her down. You're just creating a playful dynamic that sets you apart from every other guy who's tried to have a conversation with her that day. Keep it light, and make sure it doesn't come across as mean-spirited. A good rule of thumb is to make sure you're smiling when you're teasing her. This will help convey that you're being playful and not serious. Plus, it gives her something to smile about when she thinks back to your conversation. Remember, the goal is to create a connection that feels unique and special. When you tease her gently, it shows that you're confident and comfortable enough to have fun. It's a way to break the ice and make the conversation more engaging. Just make sure to read her reactions. If she's laughing and smiling, you're on the right track. But if she seems uncomfortable or not amused, it's time to dial it back. The idea is to create a fun and relaxed atmosphere where both of you can enjoy the moment. So go ahead, be playful, tease gently, and watch how it brings you closer together. It's all about building a connection that's filled with joy and laughter. And who knows, those playful moments might just be the start of something wonderful. So, keep it light, keep it fun, and most importantly, keep it genuine. Because at the end of the day, it's the genuine connections that truly matter. Chapter 4. This one's crucial. While being open and authentic is important, you don't have to tell her your entire life story in the first 10 minutes. In fact, it's better that you don't. Why? Because curiosity is powerful. If she feels like there's still more to discover about you, guess what? She's going to want to know more. Think about it. Have you ever read a book or watched a movie that kept you guessing until the very end? Didn't you find yourself thinking about it long after you finished it? The same principle applies to human interaction. Keep certain things a little mysterious. Don't unload all your passions, experiences, and quirks in one go. Share just enough to spark her curiosity and leave her wanting to find out the rest. Maybe you mention a cool trip you took, but don't go into all the details, let her ask. Chapter 5. Give her space to think, without overdoing it. This next tip might sound counterintuitive. Don't try too hard to fill every silence. I get it, those awkward pauses can make anyone uncomfortable. But here's the thing, silence can be golden. Instead of scrambling to come up with the next thing to say, take a breath and let the moment breathe. You know what happens? You create a sense of tension. And not in a bad way, just enough for her to feel like she's left with a thought. Think about it. When you're constantly bombarded with information, it's hard to process anything fully. But when you're given a moment of quiet, your mind has a chance to catch up and really absorb what's been said. Let her wonder. Let her process the vibe between you two. Women often overthink things. Trust me, I know. So give her the space to think about you without pushing her for an answer. This works wonders in keeping you in her mind. Chapter 6. Use humor, but keep it light. Humor is always a great way to break the ice and make someone remember you. But, and this is important, you've got to make sure you're not forcing it. Keep it natural. Make her laugh, but don't try to make her laugh with every sentence. Remember, humor is about timing. And trust me, nothing makes a woman think about you like a well-timed subtle joke that catches her off guard in the best way. Keep your humor lighthearted. Don't go for the dark or overly sarcastic jokes, especially not in the first conversation. A simple, funny comment can disarm her, and she'll remember that warm, easy feeling she got when she laughed around you. Chapter 7. End the conversation on a high note. Finally, when it's time to walk away, leave her wanting more. Don't overstay your welcome. Don't make the mistake of dragging things out just because you're enjoying the conversation. Make her feel like she's had a meaningful moment with you, one that's short but sweet. Say something like, "I really enjoyed this chat, I'd love to talk more sometime." And then, don't wait for her to say yes. Just smile, thank her for her time, and leave the ball in her court. This gives her a chance to miss you, and makes her more likely to think about you long after the conversation ends. By ending the conversation on a high note, you leave her wanting more. So there you have it, guys. Those are just a few simple yet powerful ways to make a woman think about you after your first conversation. Remember, it's not about trying to be perfect, it's about being authentic, confident, and most importantly, present. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.